That's what I tell them. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. How to code, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
What's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another fire session at the Success Chronicles. And today we have Tina Huynh, and we've talked topics. And today she has a question for me and a topic that we'll hit on, and I'll let her take it from here.
So I have some stuff coming up from my past, and it's kind of peeking at me, beating me down when I thought I was done with it. But here it comes resurfacing. And so I wanted to ask you, Chip, because you seem like a really upbeat and positive guy, and it seems like you're always like that. I haven't seen you not be positive. So how do you stay so positive when something is kind of eating at you and just bringing you down?
And that's a good question. I mean, I know we talked a little bit off air about it, but when I was asked and told what the topic was, off air, it kind of
you gave me that look, yeah.
Yeah, like it kind of made me reflect and kind of go deep, and so I think there's a few things, and I'll share those since you're asking the question. And to try to help get through. I think first of all, we all have, none of us are perfect, and we all have things that we go through that we struggle at, and I think the goal is to realize that, we aren't perfect. And in knowing that, you just shoot to be the best you that you can be. I think if you don't beat yourself up too much, but then also know that, hey, let's go, let's keep pushing, let's get better, but don't beat yourself up, too bad. But that's just general, but it's just some things that I was thinking, like, and there's no specific order. These are just things like when you said that, I was like, man, I had lots of thoughts, but I wanted to write some things down because, like, that's kind of near and dear to me, because I think that's something that, in order to be the best you that you can be, I think you truly have to work on that and make a conscious effort every day. I think the first thing that growing up, I'm trying to think of the right way to say this, because this is pretty. Growing up, I was raised with a single parent mother. My parents separated like when I was like 5 or whatever. Single parent with my mother. My father was in my life, but not in the house. And so, that brought about, some difficult things, mother having to work, take care of 2 kids, all of that stuff that comes with that. And so as a kid, you see those struggles, and you see all the things that, she's gone through to further her education while trying to take care of us and working, 3 and 4 jobs to try to make ends meet. And so at a young age, I realized that it's not about me, and it's bigger than me, and so, at a young age, I realized that, I didn't want to add to that she was already going through. And so I was like, hey, I need to find ways to help out. So I started working early, and I didn't get in trouble. I worked very hard. I tried to do things the right way, because if I didn't do those things the right way, then that would bring more stress on her. But I really wanted to help in the situation and not hurt anything. And so fast forward to right now in my life and how I get through some of those things, that I go through things, I realize that it's bigger than me, and it ain't about me. It ain't about Chip. You know, the things that I do on a daily basis. My why is, I have people depending on me, and so, in my life with my family, I have people depending on me. Um, and with my job, teaching and coaching, I have people depending on me,
Mhm.
and so, um, it's bigger than me. And I made a decision a long time ago that like I'm a simple guy. I stick to some simple principles. I try to live by those, and I try to do the best I can with those simple principles. And so to me, I made a decision a long time ago that I can't have bad days. You know,
Mhm.
and like I say that, and the fact of it is, bad things are gonna happen. We all have bad things. None of us are perfect. We're gonna have bad things happen to us in our life. We're gonna have, bad days. Things happen to us within that day, but it's up to us to choose how we're gonna respond. And that's what I mean. Like it could be a lot of bad things go on, but I have to make the conscious effort to choose to respond the right way so that I don't make it bad or worse. You know. So my goal is to make it be the best that it can be. And really, I say this deal, my blood type is B positive. you know, like it's cool to hear you say that, you seem like you're always a positive guy and an upbeat
Mhm.
guy. And, it was cool to hear you say that because I had already wrote that in my notes. Like that was something that I was going to say. I mean, it's a choice, and I can honestly tell you, um, currently in my life, and it's been some other times, these are the best of times, these are the worst of times. That quote, it's some amazing things going on in my life right now. I mean, amazing, like with the Success Chronicles and the things that I'm working on and meeting great people and talk, what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But it's also some really bad stuff going on too, and so um, you know, I choose to not share those. I choose to not dwell on those, and I choose to dwell on the positive and the good things. And those good things really get me through those really tough things. And so,
Yeah.
I mean, I know I went about that a long way of explaining that, but but that's I wanted to put it all together, um, because that's important to me. And I think another thing too is like pain. Like we all have pain. Like
Yeah.
when you said that, like off air, you told me the topic, but you didn't tell me what you said at the beginning as far as, you had some stuff come up, yada yada. You didn't tell me that, you know. So like, I'm like, it made me think about pain. We all have pains that we go through in our lives, and like
Yeah, we
it,
do.
yeah, I mean, like it just hurt us to the core. Like it's been some things like that's happening, like you said, like that have just truly like crushed me to the core. Like even though like I just crush you. But I think you have to just reassess the situations. When I had those situations, I always look at myself first. I try to like I look at myself and say, okay, self, no. So, like did you do everything that you could have done to make this situation be the best it could be?
Mhm.
And if it's a yes, well, hey, I mean, I couldn't do no more. Ain't no regrets. Keep it moving. You know,
Yeah.
but if it's no, then now I got to go back and say, okay, so I made these mistakes, and what do I need to do to be better so I don't make these same mistakes again? But either way, yes or no, you got to find a way to keep stepping, because that whole analogy where they say, like the window is bigger, in a car, the front window is bigger than the rear view, because you're supposed to look forward, see
Yeah.
forward and looking back. And so
Yeah.
I mean, it's that same analogy. So,
I've never heard that one before. Okay, what was that question again? Did I do the best that I can do to make the situation the best it can be?
yeah, did I
Okay.
do the best that I could do to make this situation be the best that it could be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I think, and a lot of times we get caught up in the whole comparison thing, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the worst. Like that's the worst thing you can do is like compare yourself. Like you know, I, I can't look at The Rock and say, you know, like, come on, dog, like, like that ain't gonna happen, like, you know what I'm saying? So I got to be the best Chip that I can be. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be, I'm working with a little something, but I can't be The Rock, like I can't be that guy like that, and so I can't get caught up in comparing that because I'll never be good enough.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. It's exactly what we were talking about before. I told you I deleted Instagram, and
yeah,
it's because I keep comparing myself to everyone else, and it's not helpful at all. It's actually causing a lot of negativity.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I mean, you get in the comparison game, and if me, but really the only competition is the woman or the man in the mirror,
Mm-hmm.
and each day you have to strive to be the best you that you can be. And I'm not saying you, I'm just saying just in general, we have
Mm-hmm.
to strive to be the best person that we can be. And so I think when you wholeheartedly focus on that, being the best you, and focus all your energy on that, I think everything else falls in place.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Can I go back to something that you said before earlier?
Of course.
Um, so you talked about having a set of kind of life principles that you live by. Have you ever written that down or kind of talked about it? I'd love to know.
Okay. Yeah, I have some. Um, I've spoke on some of those things before in speeches that I've been fortunate to do. If you guys are
Mhm.
looking for a speaker, I can offer. I would like to offer my services. Okay, I had to throw that plug in there. My
Yeah, no,
bad.
go for it.
No, there's one that's really good for me, and I call it the SHG principle.
Hmm.
Um, and what that is a lot of times when you have things that's going on. Let me write this down. You have things that when you're a mover and shaker, and you're trying to accomplish things in your life, and you're trying to be the best you that you can be. A lot of times you get caught up in all of these big things that I want to do. Like it's a lot of stuff I want to get accomplished. And sometimes you get overweight. You get weighed down by thinking about all of that stuff at the same time. And it
Hmm.
weighs you down. You feel heavy in your heart. You feel just drained emotionally, and and when you do those things, the people you feel the people are depending on you. Like I said, that's something that I've dealt with. You just drained, like physically, mentally, emotionally. You just beat, And so, what I think you have to do, and I try to live by this, is first you got to, in order to maximize uh, your potential and be the best you that you can be. I think you have to do the SHG principle. And the first thing is show up.
Hmm.
Daily. You know what I'm saying? And like this is a daily deal. Like don't worry about the big picture like down the road. Just worry about right now, one step. So daily show up. Principles over feelings. I may feel sick today, but the principle of it is I got to get my butt up and go to work because I got to get this. I got to first of all go to impact kids, but then secondly, I have to be able to support my family. I got to go make this check so we can eat. you know so show up in your relationships, be present, pay attention if people are talking to you, you know make sure that they know that you care about what they're saying, just different things like that. So show up is the first thing. The next thing is have a good attitude, and really you control that. And I hit on that a little bit. Make a decision. Hey, I can't have bad days. I'm not gonna have a bad day, and it's simple, you know. So just have a good attitude, and then the the G is give your all. You control your attitude and your effort. Two things you control. Everybody's heard that. But if you give everything that you got to give in every situation that you're in, just like I explained to you with you ask yourself the question, and if you did, well, there's no regrets, you know. But if you didn't, okay,
Mm-hmm.
well, let's take a deep breath and take a step back, okay, and evaluate yourself. Okay, what did I do wrong? What lesson can I get from this, which will allow me to be better, you know? And then know that, have a growth mindset and learn from it, and then move on, because you can't go back. It happened, it's over, and so just move on, learn from it, know that you're not perfect, and make sure that you don't make the same mistake next time. So that's
Mm-hmm.
one of the principles.
I think that's a great foundation to start with. Like, show up and do the best that you can, and decide, like you said, have a great day. You can decide to have a great day.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this. I don't know if I ever told this, and those of you that heard me speak or say, I've said this a lot, so you may have heard this, so be patient with me. But what I do when I wake up in the morning, my alarm clock goes off. I turn my alarm off before I move. I close my eyes. I say my prayers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then after I say my prayers, I open my eyes, and the next thing I say to myself is, "Today will be a good day." And so I've just set the tone for my day right now. So like I've just beat everything that I'm gonna face in my day right now,
Mm-hmm.
because I decided to do that. So I don't know what's gonna come at me, but what I do know is I've already beat it, because in my mind, I've told myself, hey, it's gonna be a good day. Like okay, okay, I might go out and have a flat. Oh, it's all right. Some people that live close to me that I work with, I got a spare tire. I'm physically able to fix it if I need to. If I'm short of time, I'll get a ride. Hey, keep it moving. Call my people. I might be a few minutes late. I got a flat. But I'm gonna be there. I'm able to be there. So, or I could. Oh, I got a flat. Do all of that
Yeah.
stuff. Well, I can't control that. Like I
Mm-hmm.
didn't make the tire flat. Or maybe I did run over a nail or something. That's my fault. I got to fix it. So
It's powerful.
thank you.
That's helpful. I feel like I have a lot to work with right now. Thank you.
Good. And I think that's what it's all about. We talked about off air. I think when you do things, I think anytime, we've had an opportunity to discuss a topic, I think it's powerful as well coming from you. I think because it comes from a genuine, honest place, and you asked me a question, I'm like, dang, I gotta go deep on that. Like it's not a surface, it's not a surface deal. Like man, I gotta give you a story with it. I gotta I gotta give you some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So good deal. So you think that's pretty good that would be helpful for someone to get them out of a funk, I guess, you think?
Yeah, and I think so. And I think one of the key parts to that is to kind of repeat to yourself those principles and those mantras, so that you kind of really engrave it in your head, and then you just kind of think about it without having to think about it too much, and then you can live it.
Oh, a big time. And from a coach perspective, reps get you better.
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, I coached offensive line for a long time in my career, and so when I started my career, I started in junior high, work your way up to high school, and so I've been able to go see like several colleges practice. The Texans, Houston Texans is kind of where I live, so been able to go watch them practice, and I watch offensive linemen of all levels. And what's crazy is at each level, they're doing similar footwork drills.
Mm-hmm.
From junior high school, college, and pro, like they're doing the offensive linemen are doing very similar footwork. Now it looks a lot better with the pros, and it's a lot faster and quicker and all of that stuff. But it's similar. And what that showed me a long time ago is that like fundamentals work. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just stick to the basic fundamentals or principles, you know, just stick to, you know, like I said, I'm a simple guy. I won't, it's not a lot of stuff that I just keep it simple, you know, do my thing. You know, I'm not bothering anybody. Nobody's going to bother me, you know, just like keep it simple, stick to your core principles. And I think you don't bring added stress in your life.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I think, yeah, that's where the magic happens, right?
Yeah.
Was it like Bruce Lee that said he practiced the same kick 10,000 times is better than 10,000 different kicks? So I screwed up that quote real big, but something like that.
No, I get it. Like I understand what you're saying, what you mean, and I agree. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's your thing. Like that's Bruce Lee's thing. You know, like that's your money move. Like you said, it's where the magic happens. You know, yes, that's your thing. I think when you can perfect your craft and, you know, work on perfecting your craft, you're not everywhere, you know, and you don't master anything, you know, but have those few things that you master. Are there some things that you have that one can do that you think?
To stay positive?
Yeah.
I think it really echoes what you've already said, kind of just do the best that you can. And yeah, it's exactly what you said, because if you're doing the best that you can, well, then you already did, and you can't do any more than that. So you have to detach yourself from the result, because that can be dependent on so many things, and it's not dependent on just you. But so long as you know that you did the best that you can, then there's nothing else you can do.
Yeah, right. That made me also think about when you said that is the process. The process is so important.
Yeah.
You know, focusing in on the process and your energy and efforts on the how you're doing what you do and why. That's the big deal. Why are you doing it? You know what I'm saying? Like why are you doing it? Okay, well that should be your motivation, you know.
And the fundamentals, all of that in the fundamentals is practice, and keep practicing.
There it is. You guys, hope you guys can take those tips, principles, and use those in your life to help you get through tough things. You know, I think one thing that I want to make sure I say is that, you know, we all have value. You know, the big man made us all special. You know, there's a song that you learn in Vacation Bible School. You know, it's Jesus loves the little children of the world. You know, and there's a part where he says, red and yellow, black and white, they are precious in his sight. You know, Jesus loved the little children of the world. So, like, you know, we all have value. We just have to really realize that and understand, you know, oh, well, yeah, you're valuable to what's going on. And so, you know, and once you realize that, then it helps you work within what you have to be the best you that you can be, so that you can add value to others. And there it is. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you. God bless. All right. Go get it.